go ahead and get moving. So you guys, we're going to start on the mat today, and we're going to start on all fours. So go ahead, whenever you're ready, come to kneeling on the mat, on the hands and on the knees. Perfect, good. We're going to start to mobilize the spine from here. I'm going to spin just a little way sideways. Okay. Let's go ahead, take the hands, spread the fingers nice and wide, and we're going to curl the tailbone under and then follow through with the rest of your spine. Push the floor away, lengthen as you reach, and then release the tailbone and allow the body to flow through and follow. Let's try that again. We're going to push the floor away, curl the tailbone under, lengthen through, allow the eyes to bow back towards the thighs as you press, and then releasing in the opposite direction, opening out the front. Keep that going round the spine by curling the tail. We're turning the pelvis around those thigh bones here. So we're getting that turn of the hips around the thighs and releasing it in that opposite direction and stretching away 2 more times. So super mobilizing into the shoulders, into the back, and even for those hips. 1 more time, press the floor away, curl the tail, and releasing it in the opposite direction. And then find that space in the middle. Okay, when you're ready, I want you to just shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and then release it. Create a really spacious shoulder. Push the ground away and open it, and then squeeze the shoulders together, and then push the floor away, big stretch. Squeeze the shoulders together, and then push the floor away, big stretch. We're going to do that 2 more times. Squeeze the shoulders together, push the floor away, big stretch. Once more, squeeze together, and then push away, really big stretch. Nice. We're going to send one leg all the way out behind you, and we're just going to lift that leg 3 times and lower, 2 times and lower. So we're going to really start mobilizing out those hips today. When you're ready, I've got my right leg out behind you. If you've got your right leg, stay with it. If you've got your left leg, stay with it as well. But if it's right leg, it's going to be left forearm. If it's other leg, it's going to be opposite forearm, okay, to the mat. I'm going to kick that leg up, pull the knee right up and into my shoulder, give myself a big squeeze in the side waist, and take the leg all the way back and look forwards. As the knee comes in, you can look towards the knee as it reaches right up towards the shoulder. If it doesn't come all the way that far, that is absolutely fine. You're working with your own body today. We're going to do that for 3 and then stretch. We're going to do that for 2. So you're leaning into that same side hand and reach 1 more time. So we're right into that mobility work today, and reach it away. Now, here's the challenge. We're going to tap the knees together. That foot is up and out of the way, and then I'm going to lift my knee out to the side. Knee touches knee, foot stays up in the air. You're going to get a big squeeze in that side waistline, and then lift it up. So this is the opposite of everything we do all day, yeah? The opposite of sitting or moving forwards when we walk or run. This is going to help us to recondition those hips. Mobilizing and strengthening at the same time. And this is work for the hip that's just supporting you as well. Hold it up here. I want you to slide the knee right up and into the shoulder. Stretch the leg away. Stay with me for 4 of these. And press it away. Let's try 3 of those. We squeeze it in. We push it away. 2 more. Big squeeze in. And your range is your range, okay? If it doesn't come in as far or the leg isn't as high, that is absolutely fine. Hold it there. Just give me a little pulse. 5, 4, 3. Super, you guys. 2 more. Good work. 1 more time. Ooh, let's pull that knee in, and let's just sit back into that little child's pose stretch. Release it away. Breathe here. And then whenever you're ready, let's go ahead. We're going to come up, back up onto all fours. I'm just going to spin around so you can still see my leg. Amazing. So find the hands. We're going to take that opposite leg now out behind you. For me, it's my left leg. I'm going to lift the leg up into the air, and I'm going to touch it to the floor. I'm going to lift and touch. I'm going to do that 1 more time, and I'm going to hold it there. My left leg's lifted, my right forearm comes to the mat. If you're opposite, that's fine. Stay nice and connected here. I'm going to squeeze that knee right in towards my shoulder and send the leg all the way away. Knee comes all the way in. This is work for the waistline. This is improving that strength in the side of your body, as well as increasing that mobility of the hip and strength on that hip. Really good. And we're stabilizing that underneath side. We're stabilizing and mobilizing. Key to a really well-functioning body is one that's stable enough to hold us up and mobile enough to let us move freely around. Let's do that one more time. Loads of these, good. Hold it all the way out there. Now let's tap the knee to the knee. Remember, foot comes out to the side and knee opens up. My knee touches my knee, my foot stays out to the side. And I open up, knee to knee. And reach it out. Let's try that 3 more times here. And up and out, 2 more, knee to knee. Spiral it away 1 more time, knee to knee. Spiral, let's hold it. I'm gonna slide my knee right into my shoulder, send my leg all the way back. 4 more, lean into that left hand. If it's your left leg moving, lean into your right hand. If it's your right leg moving, this is 3. And away. I know that underneath hip is working as well. 2, push it out 1 more time. We're gonna hold it out here, just little pulses. Here we go. 5, 4, excellent stuff. 3, up for 2. Up for 1, and that knee comes to the floor. Super, guys. Sit right back into that stretch. Breathe and let that whole body release. And then from here, let's continue to work on those hips a little bit, will we? We're going to take those legs, keep them parallel. So now your knees and your ankles are in the same line as each other, okay? We're going to slide the hands back to your knees. So those hands are just in front of the knees. Roll forwards, tuck your toes underneath you. So now we're going to get a toe stretch, a foot stretch. Forwards into the hands, stretches the wrists, back into the toes. Forwards into the hands, back into the toes. So remember we talked a little bit last week about wrist stretching and strengthening? Well, here you go. This is both stretching and strengthening for that wrist. Think about those wrist bones slotting, or those arm bones slotting into that wrist joint. 1 more time. Now let's go ahead. Push the weight back into the feet. And I'm going to set my heels towards the floor, letting my tail drop right down. My knees are sort of reaching up into my armpits. So I've got this beautiful rounded spine. Try not to hold any tension in those shoulders. Let it go. Knees slide along the backs of the arms to the mat. Push away, drop the heels towards the floor. Knees slide along the back of the hands to the mat. And we're just stretching out those ankles. We're stretching and deepening the work in those hips. We're opening up that pelvic floor. We're starting to create that core connection. Nice. Well done. Let's do that 1 more time. Go ahead and hang out here for a sec. Can we slowly walk the hands back up? And maybe you take your elbows to your knees. Maybe you take your hands to prayer, elbows out, whatever feels good here. Just take a breath. Good. Check in if you got your big toe, your baby toe, and all those other toes in the middle on the floor. From here, I'm going to gently put my hands on the floor and stretch my legs, but not all the way. Release it back down. And send the arms forwards into a balance. Don't worry what this looks like, okay? We're going to stretch it. So I'm thinking about pushing as I come up. My thigh bone pushes into the back of my thigh. And then I roll the hips down. And I send my arms forwards. Maybe you only take one arm. Maybe you don't even take any arm. We just hold it here. Working this to suit you, where you are. Doesn't matter how straight the legs get. We're going to get them a little straighter every time. Because as we move, we're increasing oxygen, we're increasing blood flow, we're increasing all of those good things into that muscle and into that connective tissue, so we're able to work a little deeper. That does not mean that you have to. It doesn't mean that you push past any hard edges or barriers that you're meeting in your body today. We want this to feel good. We always remind ourselves that there's a difference between, oh, this is challenging, and oh, that feels kind of painful. So if you feel pain, if it feels sore, I want you to stop. But I want you to know and start to listen to yourself. What's the difference between challenging and sore? We're going to hang out here. I'm going to have my feet on the floor, my arms dangling down. Then I'm going to soften my knees. More weight in the ball of the foot than in your heels. And start to just gently roll yourself all the way up to standing. My head is at the opposite end of my tailbone. Yeah? Arms roll forward, shoulders roll, body rolls. I'm rolling around my torso. And then I push the floor away. And I get that really lovely stretch through the front of my body as I open up and out. One more time. Turn the body, roll it down. Feel this beautiful stretch. And then when you're ready, once you're down there, this time bend the knees and walk the hands out. Nice. We're back on all fours. Just check in again. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. I'm going to send one arm forwards and the opposite leg backwards. So I've got this beautiful big stretch. Hand and foot to the mat and other side. Reach away. Hand and foot to the mat and other side. Reach away. Feeling that really lovely opening under that arm. Press to lengthen. Nice. We've got 4. Connecting from that center of your belly. For 3. Push the mat away. 2 more. Good. Nice and relaxed in the back of the neck. One more time. Reach. Excellent stuff. And all the way back. Let's sit right back into those heels. I'm going to come at an angle. And we're going to kneel or sit on those heels, kneeling. Okay. Right, well done. When you're ready, we're going to curl the tail. So little pelvic tilts that we've done lying on your back. You know, reaching out with the tail and releasing. We might feel a little stretch in the thighs here as we do this. Now I want you to follow your tailbone. So your tailbone curls forward. So I want you to lift up. We're still working those hips, yeah? And then release the seat bones. Sit back into those heels. Shoulders follow. Lead with the pelvis. Shoulders come over your hips. Lead with the pelvis back. Shoulders come back. 2 more. Curl the tail and scoop. Sit back, wide seat bones back. 1 more time. Curl the tail and sit up. Really good. Releasing the seat bones to come back. Nice, you guys. Go ahead. Come to seated on the mat when you're ready. Good stuff. I'm going to take both of my arms forward. And then take my hands to my shins. And then I'm just going to start. So I've got my feet on the floor, my hands on my shins. And I'm going to start to curl my pelvis around without moving where my hands are, okay? And I come back up. So I'm going to curl my pelvis. My tailbone is going to reach towards my heels. My seat bones curl underneath me. And then I roll on top of the seat bones. Now, if your hands are on your knees, that's absolutely fine as well if they don't reach to your shins, okay? 1 more time. Curl off the tailbone. Now we're going to stay. We're going to slide the hands up the shins, onto the knees, just off the knees. And we're going to roll forwards, hands towards your ankles. Now, I'm giving these ankles, shins, knees as guidelines, okay? You stop where it feels good to you to stop. You come up as far as feels good to you to come up. Rolling forwards. We're making this C shape with the spine here. Curl the tail. Open the hip. Roll it forward, nice long slide. 2 more times, curl and roll and take it back and come forward. 1 more time, curl and roll, just stretching out through that lower back as I start to really work my core. Come forward. I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to take my right hand to my left outside thigh and my left hand to my left outside thigh as well. So I'm going to use that to turn my body using the arms here. I'm going to roll down just until my arms are kind of straight, and then I gently pull on the arms to lift up. Rolling down into that left hip, but I still got my right hip down, and then rolling up. Let's do that 3 more times. How far you come down doesn't matter at all. You just work with where you are today. Let's try that 2 more times. You always have the option to take that left arm to the floor for a little bit of support. 1 more time. Now you've got an option to just pause it here. This is a challenge. Or you reach your arms up And if you want to add that last challenge, you wring that waist out. Twist 4 more. Twist 3. So I'm reaching that opposite arm forwards for 2. And reach it for 1. Take it back, hands to the thigh, and lift it all the way up. Really good. I'm just spinning around so you can stay seeing me. I'm going to take my left hand to my right thigh, my right hand to the outside of my right thigh, rolling down into that right hip. Feel that stretch, feel that side waist work, and pull it back up. Don't worry too much about your breathing here, as long as you're not holding your breath. And notice for signs that that breath might be disturbed. It's not just your breathing. If you're feeling tension in your face or in your jaw or around your shoulders, chances are we're holding that breath a little bit. We're going to take this one, we're going to pause it down, stay holding here, or reaching the arms. And if you can, you add this little twist. 5, twist 4, twist 3. Good, you guys. 2 more. Reach it. 1 more time. Reach it. Now I'm going to take the hands back to the thighs, all the way back up, and take it to center. Okay, I'm going to sit in a relatively tight shape now. I'm putting my feet towards my bum, hands to the outside or to the backs of my thighs, and I'm going to roll into my back. Now I'm just going to reverse it. Push the feet to the mat and come all the way up. And you want to aim your feet right down to the floor. If you try and keep them up, you're going to struggle to roll, okay? Look down at your pelvis. Look at your belly button. Look at your hips as you roll up. Using your arms. Your arms are strong. Let's use them. Stop the legs with your arms. Stop the arms with your legs. Those arms and legs, like we said last week, are working together to help you work your core. And down 1 more time. We're going to roll it up. Super stuff. We're going to roll it down. Now hold it down for me. Go ahead, hold on to the knees. Now I want you to make a really small shape. So I'm going to curl into the really tight ball. My head and shoulders lift. If yours can, great. If they don't want to, that's fine. And I'm just going to reach. And then I want you to make a really big shape. Let your head and shoulders drop. And we're going to stretch the arms out, stretch the legs out. I'm going to make a really small shape, curl into a ball. And then a really big shape. A really small shape. And a really big shape. And that's really all it is. We're curling up. We can make it really complicated. I can tell you where to send your ribs. But in essence, you're just making big shapes and small shapes. 1 more. Make a really small shape. Now, stay up here for me in this small shape. Can we keep the head and shoulders up? And can we make a big shape without touching the floor with the arms and the legs and the head? Let's try that. I'm going to stretch everything all the way out. And I'm going to pull everything in. And you can make different big shapes. Stretch the arms and legs out into a star. Pull all the way in. Stretch 1 leg up, 1 leg down. All the way in. Other leg. Up and down. All the way in. Arms overhead, legs out in front. Big reach. All the way in. And then relax it all the way down. Really good, guys. Well done. Drop the feet. Slide the legs all the way out the length of the mat. I'm going to send the arms all the way overhead. Okay. Now we're going to reach the fingers back. And then we're going to reach the fingers up and over, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. That's all. Reach it here. Now I want you to pulse the fingers to your toes. 5. Fingers to toes. 4. From your chest, not from those arms. 3. Lifting for 2. Let's try that 1 more time. Lifting for 1 and release. Big stretch back in the arms. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Then whenever you're ready, we're going to curl up and we're going to reach the fingers to the toes. Now instead of reaching forwards, I want you to pump your arms down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Point your toes. Keep pumping the arms. I know this is tough. I want you to keep lifting the chest bone. Inhale, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Out. Hold. Relax. Big stretch all the way out. Really good. Release the arms back down by your sides. And we're going to pull that right knee into the chest. Back into those hips. But we've got a lot more core involved here. Okay. I'm going to stretch that right leg to the ceiling for 3. And I'm going to bend it. Now my left leg is straight, but you're welcome to bend the knee and put the foot on the floor if that feels better to you, okay? We're going to straighten that right leg 1 last time and we're going to hold it. We're going to draw a really small circle. So let's take that right leg across to the left and circle around. So it's only about as big as a football, okay? Over, down, around, and up. 2 more, over, down, around, and up. 1 more. And then we're going to reverse it, over, down, around, and up, out, down, around. So it's like you're tracing clockwise around a clock face. Last 2. Good, dropping the other leg through the floor, and we're going to pause. Now, reach the leg straight. I've let mine soften a little bit. Engage the leg. I want you to pull the leg back towards your nose. Take the leg across the body to the left. Take the leg out to the side to the right, and back to center. 2 more. Leg to nose. Across to the right, open the outside hip. Across to the outside, open the inside hip. Back to center, 1 more time. Leg pulls in, goes over and across to the left, over and out to the right, back to center. I'm going to pull that knee right into the chest. Really good. I'm going to drop that foot to the floor and slice it. And spin that left leg in, and we're going to take that left leg, stretch it to the sky, and bend. Stretch and bend. Last 1. Good, then we're going to stretch the leg all the way up and we're going to stay. Let's take it over to the right. So we take it over to the right, circle around that football shape. And again, it's really nice and controlled here. We've got 5 in each direction. You can have it even smaller than a football if that feels better to you. Last 1 here, and let's reverse it. Out, down, around, and up. Out, down, around, and up. Over, down, around. Last 2, out, down, around. Straighten that leg, and we're going to pause it now. That leg stretches, engage every muscle in the leg. Pull it back to your face, over to the right, and across to the left, and back to the center. Into your face, over, out, across, and back to center. 1 more time, into your face, across to the right, out to the left, back to center, and then we're going to pull that knee all the way in. Really good. When you're ready, pull both knees into the chest. We're going to lift the upper body up again. So use the hands to pull yourself up, and then relax it down. Let's go again. Pull the knees in as you lift the chest bone up, and release it 1 more time. Curl, take the weight of the head right into that belly. Now I'm going to hold on to my right leg. Send my left leg all the way out 6 straight. Try not to let it wander off to the left. Going to take it right bang in the center. Reach it. Swap. Hold the left leg, stretch the right. Hold the right leg, stretch the left. Hold the left leg, stretch the right. Hold right, stretch left. Hold left, stretch right. Hold right, stretch left. And we're really stretching that leg that's going away from you. For 4, for 3, big reach. For 2, last 1, super. Pull both knees all the way and give them that big hug. And then relax all the way down. Really good. Let's send both legs to the ceiling. Here's your last little bit of a challenge here. If you need a micro bend in those knees, that's so fine, okay? Arms to the side, a little wider than the mat, legs reach up to the ceiling. I'm going to inhale my legs to the right just a little bit. My left leg starts to look shorter than my right leg as they slide over each other. And back over. I take the weight into my other hip. Leg slide and back. Take the weight into the right hip. Stretch the leg. Use your tummy muscles to take them back. Weight over into that left hip. Stretch the toes back to center. Do that 1 more time. Over. Reach. Point the toes and pull it back. Last 1. Over. Reach. Point the toes and back. Really good. Hands behind the thighs. Push the thighs into the hands into the thighs to lift the chest. Hold on to that right leg, send the left leg to hover over the mat. We're going to pull, swap, in, swap. Now use your arms, okay? I want you to use the strength in those arms to pull the leg gently. In, swap, pulse. So this is the ballistic hamstring stretch. 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and the other leg gets stretched in that hip. Last 2, last 1, both legs up, both knees bend, and we're going to lie all the way down. Take the feet to the floor, and I'm going to press your inner thighs together, okay? So inner thighs touching, big toes touching, ankles touching, heels touching, like you only got 1 leg, okay? Pressing the feet down into the floor. Heels are going to be nice and close in towards your bum. When you're ready, take a breath. Push the feet down into the floor. Use that push down with the feet to lift the pelvis up, up, up. Knees reach forwards, forwards, forwards. Excellent. Stay here. Big breath. And then relax the seat bones and lie the spine all the way down into the mat. Really good. Let's go again. Press the feet through the floor, curl the tail. Lift the hips, reach the knees. Open the hips, keep going, keep climbing, keep lifting the back of the hips up. And then releasing it all the way down. Soften the jaw, soften the chest bone, return the body to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times, okay? Press through the feet, reach through the knees, open through the hips, and keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. Releasing, returning, softening, down. Last one. Push the feet through the floor, reach the knees, amazing. Now when you're ready, stay in one leg. We're going to take the other leg up into tabletop. Return the foot to the floor, knees past knees, leg up. Slide the inner thigh along the other leg. Knee and down and knee. Super, you guys. This is really strong. Let's go 4. I know this is a challenge. Keep lifting the hips. For 3, keep breathing, really good. Looking up for 2, and then last time, here we go. Lift and lower, and then melt the body all the way down into the floor. Hug the knees into the chest, and let's give yourself that little rock side to side. Good stuff. Roll yourself all the way up to seated, and let's come onto your side. I want you to line yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Okay, so from your heels to your hands, from your fingers to your toes, we're going to line up with the back edge of the mat. And then you have an option here, okay? You can keep your head down on that arm, or if it's available to you, go ahead, bend the elbow and take the head into that hand. But we're not dropping down. We're lifting up and out of that arm, okay? Lift your legs and take them to the front edge of the mat. Now, top hand is going to act as support. We're going to reach that top leg forward to try and lift that underneath the waistline off the mat just a little bit. And then release. Again, like you're making a little tunnel for a butterfly to fly under. And release. Open the tunnel for the butterfly to fly under. And release. 2 more. Open the tunnel space right onto that waistline. And down. Last one. Now we're going to keep that tunnel space as much as you can. Leg lifts up, take the leg and kick it. Front, front, point the toes, back, back, kick, front, front, point, back, back, kick, front, front, point, back, back. Last 2, 2, and back, back. Last 1, and back, back. Hold that leg back. We're going to bend the knee. Slide the knee forwards to the shoulder, stretch the leg out, sweep it back. Bend the knee, slide it in, stretch it out, sweep it back. 2 more. Bend the knee, slide it forward, stretch it out, sweep it back. 1 more. Bottom leg dropping through the floor. Sweep it back. Really good. Hold that leg there. That knee is going to pull right up into the shoulder and touch the floor. Right up into the shoulder and touch the floor behind. Knee to shoulder, foot to floor in front, knee to shoulder, foot to floor behind, knee to shoulder, foot to floor in front. Last one, knee to shoulder, foot to floor behind. Knee comes up and I'm going to go ahead, hold on to that foot with that hand that you were stabilizing on the mat. Bottom leg, here we go. Lift and lower. Lift, and we're keeping that little tunnel for the butterfly if you can. 3, and down. 2, and down. 1 more time. Hold it up. Pulse it up. 5, 4, 3. Little lift. 2. Little lift. Hold it on 1. Circle forwards. 5, 4, 3. Strengthening that inner thigh, that groin. 2 and 1. Reverse it for 5, for 4. Big reach. 3. Up and over. 2 and for 1. Whole last change. Bend. Straighten. Bend the leg, stretch it. This is 3, stretch, 2, stretch, 1, stretch, and lower the leg all the way down. We're going to take that top leg back, lift it up. This is your last little bit of work. Circle forwards, up, around, and back. Forwards, up, around, and back. Keep that leg parallel. So don't allow those toes to turn out. Keep those toes shining forward the whole time. Last two. And last one. Really good. Reversing the circle. Up, around, and forwards. One. Up, around, and forwards. Two. Back, around, and forwards. Three. Back, around, and forwards. Four. This is it. Last one. Around and forwards. Five. And relax. Now, whatever leg you have on top here, we should stay working that leg. We're going to roll over onto your front. Forearms to the floor. Head down to those hands. Leg that you were just lifting, that top leg, we're going to lift it. And as you lift that leg, the other leg falls through the floor, okay? And then lower it down. Reach through the toes, lift the leg, push the other leg through the floor. And down. One more time, we're going to lift it. We're going to hold a little circle in that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. We're strong in those hips here. And 4, circle, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. We're going to bend the knee, pull the foot right into your bum. We go kick, kick, stretch the leg. Kick, kick, stretch the leg. 3 more. Kick, kick, stretch. Keep the knee lifted if you can. Last one. Kick, kick, and stretch. Hold it there. Drop the leg. I'm going to keep the legs, both legs down. Head and hands lift together to take the chest off the mat for 4. And lower back down. And 3. And lower back down. And 2. Reach it out. And lower back down. And 1. Reach it out. And lower back down. I'm going to lift it up, hold it. Circle the arms out to the side into a T and lower back down. Now from here, lift the arms, follow with the chest and lower everything to the floor. Arms and chest up, look, shine that chest bone forward and release it down. Lifting from that mid back, so lifting between the shoulder blades. Take any potential pressure out of that neck. We've got 2 more. Stretch the fingers away from each other as the shoulder blades pull to each other. 1 more time. Reach and hold. Pulse the arms up. 5, up 4, up 3, up 2, up 1, and release everything all the way down. Really good. Take your time and push back into those hips, big stretch back into that child's pose. Let that lower back really stretch. And then take your time, roll it up. And we're going to come to that second side. Line yourself up with the back edge of the mat. Legs to one end, toes to one end, fingers to the other end. We're going to bend that bottom elbow. Take your head to your hand if that's available to you. You're welcome to stay down if you have any shoulder issues. Hands in the front of you. Pick up the legs. And take them to the front corner of the mat. Flex your feet. Now we're going to reach the top leg long. Create that little tunnel just under that waistline on that underneath side, butterfly tunnel, and relax. Top leg reaches, that hip gets longer, and relax. In reality, all we're doing is stacking the hips one on top of each other, because of course when we lie down here, things tend to slide into the mat. So we're just correcting that when we reach the leg away. Now we're going to reach the leg away, we're going to pause it, pick it up to hip height, and the leg's going to kick. Front, front, point, back, back. Front, front, back, back. So I'm going to reach through my heel, heel, toes, toes. Heel, heel, toes, toes. 2 more. Heel, heel, toes, toes. 1 more. Heel, heel, toes, toes. Now hold that leg back there. Bend the knee, slide it forwards, extend the leg, and sweep it back. That was 1 of 5. Bend, slide, stretch, and sweep. Bend, slide, stretch, and sweep. 2 more. Bend, slide, stretch, and sweep. 1 more. Lengthen that bottom leg. Stretch and sweep. I'm going to take my knee to my shoulder, touch the floor in front. Knee to shoulder, touch the floor behind. Knee to shoulder, foot to floor in front. Knee to shoulder, foot to floor behind. Making sure you're not rocking around the mat here. Last one. Good stuff. When you're ready, knee up, hold on to that foot. And then we're going to lift that bottom leg right up through the inseam of the leg and lower. Reach, 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 big squeeze. Keeping length in that underneath waist for 3. We're going to do 2 more, reach it up. Really good, guys. 1 more, hold it here. I know these are tough. Circle the leg, 5. Circle 4, up and around for 3, up and around for 2. Keep stretching that leg and reverse it for 5. And 4, big stretch for 3, big reach for 2. We're going to do that 1 more time. We're going to stay. Let's bend the knee, stretch the leg. Bend the knee, stretch the leg. We've got 3 and away. Good. 2 and away. 1 more time. You can do it. Stretch it away. Hold it. Lower the foot. Super. Let that top leg go. Stretch it out. We're going to lift the leg up. Last challenge here. Roll forwards. Leg comes forwards, up, around, and back. Forwards, up, around. Keeping those toes pointing that same direction the whole time to work that outside hip. This is 3. We've got 2. Excellent. 1 more here. Go ahead. Let's reverse the circles. Back, up, around, and down. Back, up, around, and down. And you're so welcome to make them tiny. Yeah, 2 more. Amazing. 1 more time. Back, up, around, and lower the leg. Excellent. Take yourself over onto your front. Same leg that you were just working ahead to your hands. We're going to pick the leg up. The other foot drops through the floor. Other leg drops through the floor. We've got this beautiful opening in the hip. And then release it. So the leg getting longer in the front and working in the back. Let's do that 3 more times. Up and release. Thinking about lifting from the thigh bone and where the hamstring meets your glute. That little crease line in your bum. 1 more time. Leg lifts and hold. Circle 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and reverse it for 5, for 4, circle 3, circle 2, circle 1, and let the leg go. Last challenge here. Lift the leg up. We're going to bend the knee in and kick, kick, and stretch. Keep the knee up. Kick, kick, and stretch. Kick, kick, and stretch. 2 more. Squeeze, squeeze. Hamstring working hard. And out, then drop the leg. And we're going to stay. Now let's take it right up onto those elbows. Okay? Let me spin my mat just a little bit more. We're going to be up on those elbows, and you're going to take your hands into a fist. Okay? Elbows just slightly in front of your shoulders. Fists coming towards each other. I like to hold on to one fist with one hand. It gives me a little bit more support, but you're welcome to have them separate. But do have those hands sort of right in by each other. We're going to pull back with those arms, and that's going to allow you to lift your chest bone forwards and engage your triceps, the back of the arms, okay? Lift your belly button up, lift the legs just an inch, and we're going to go right leg, kick, kick, left leg, kick, kick, right kick, kick, left kick, kick, right kick, kick, left kick, kick, right kick, kick, left kick, kick, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, and relax. Very good. Pressing back into that child's pose. Now those knees are going to be in line with those ankles and in line with those toes. Those hands are all the way up. We're perfectly set up for a kneeling push-up. Okay, so stay here with me. Hands to the mat. When you're ready, we're going to take the body forward, take the weight into those hands, leaving the knees down out behind you. Unless you're a little bit more advanced, and then you can lift those feet up and off the floor. Okay, I want you to think about your head going forwards as your elbows travel back on the diagonal, like you're stretching an arrow. Okay, we're going to come down towards the mat for 3, 2, 1, push up. 3, 2, 1, push up. 1 more time. 3, 2, 1, push up, and sit back into those heels. Stretch into child's pose. Good, you guys. Stretch out that low back. Take an inhale. And then let's go ahead, come back. Excellent. If you can this time, toes come into your bum. Last time, 3, 2, 1, and push. Chest forwards as those elbows reach back. 1 more time, 3, 2, 1, and push. And sit your little stretch. Big reach here. And then rolling it all the way back up. Good stuff. We're going to stay on those hands and on those knees. And then from here, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's send that right leg all the way out behind you. We're going to work through that plank series, okay? Take your time. You've not got too much of anything, okay? So just when expect to feel that, it'll be over, I promise. Right, we're going to reach out with that right heel. Pull the left knee to the chest. Push the floor away, round the spine. And release. So we've just got to do that 2 more times. Push to round. Look back at your toes. And release. 1 more time. Push to round. And release. Right knee comes in, well done. Let's go back with that left leg. And we got to do the same on this side. Push, lift the knee, round the spine, and release. You're trying to get your knee as close to your chest as you can, and as much space between you and the mat as you can. 1 more time, push and round, and release. Knees down, just come up for a sec, and stretch out those wrists. Really good. We're going to add, now you're welcome to stick with that exact same version if this next one feels like too much, okay? Hands to the mat. This is working shoulder strength and mobility, and hip strength and mobility, and core strength, and back strength. Everything, go ahead. We're going to take that right leg back. Left knee to chest, and then reach that foot right up to the ceiling. Body forward, knee to chest, and push with those arms. Foot to sky, 1 more time. Knee to chest, really good, you guys. Push it up, reach, 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 big shake. Take the knee into the floor, and the other knee comes down. Sit, shake out the wrists. Other side, here we go. Hands to the mat. Left leg goes back, push the floor away. Right knee to chest. And then stretch it up, push the floor away. And right knee to chest. Stretch it up, push the floor away. 1 more time, knee pulls in. Stretch it all the way. Knee pulls into the floor. Knee comes down. Sit down into that small shape and stretch out the back. Breath in. And out. Gently take yourself off. We'll just finish it with a side stretch this evening. So go ahead and join me. Sitting in mermaid, 1 leg in front, 1 leg behind. This doesn't work, you can sit cross-legged as well, okay? Arms come out to the sides, hands to the floor. We're going to stretch away from the feet first. Press the mat away and reach. And lift, and we're going to stretch towards the feet. Lift, and away from the feet. Lift, and towards the feet. 1 more time. Closing the ribs on one side, opening the ribs on the other side. Last one. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. And come back. Go ahead and swap the legs over. Arms extend, and other side. Big press, and reach. And lift. And over. Beautiful. And lift. And press the mat away, opening and closing the ribs. Allowing that head to just follow. And what's good for the ribs is good for the shoulders, and good for the neck, and good for that upper back, and good for the back as a whole. Last one, reach. And release. Go ahead and sit on that mat. We're going to send the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Big breath. If you want to bend the knees here, that's absolutely fine. Stretch forwards. Roll yourself back up. Arms circle overhead and stretch forwards. And slide it up. 1 more time. Arms overhead. Stretch it forwards. Slide it all the way up. And we're going to stay there at the top. You can take a breath. Sitting cross-legged or sitting straight-legged, whatever works for you. Take a breath up and in. Big breath out. 2 more. Big breath out. Good. 1 more time. Big breath up. And big breath all the way out. Amazing. Beautiful work, guys. Excellent stuff. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you have any questions, you can stay on and shout now. You can pop them in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask. And you can always send them in to me via email. And I will send this recording out first thing tomorrow morning, so you should have it then
whenever. So you can do it again if you like, or do it if you missed out the live session. All right, you guys, thank you so much. See you soon.